My battery pack died mid-video, but my battery pack's still full, 6 p.m. Rather than packing up and leaving the office, I gotta get this message to you guys. I'm gonna be crouched over here. Reps keep coming up to me and they say, Trent, now's a tough time of the year. Budgets are destroyed because the economy is not doing well. I'm not trending well on my sales number. Everyone's on holiday break. My world's falling apart. The Q4 magic is in the air. So I want to let you guys know everything's going to be okay. I'm an account executive working in software sales. I'm not trending well on my Q4 number. So it's important not to attach your self-identity to your sales number. You're a person, I'm a person. Your self-worth does not equal your sales performance. So if you use that as a confidence measure or a status symbol, as soon as you start not hitting, that's gonna fall apart. And that's something I had learned firsthand experience this year. So go ahead and separate your performance from you as a person, your ego, get that apart and you'll start feeling better. Secondly, in my job today, I got a verbal commit on a $37,000 deal and a $15,000 deal, ARR, annual recurring revenue software deal. And my quarter went from just terrible quarter to, hey, respectable. As long as I get signatures on these deals, I can at least live with it. The takeaway there is that you are one deal away from everything changing. This applies to cold calling and prospecting too. The reason why you don't prospect enough is because once you get your mentality right that I am one call away from changing my entire week, month, quarter, I just need to get that one executive on the phone, and then all of a sudden I have a chance of changing the entire trajectory of my performance. That's when you start to get to this special place of saying, you know what, I don't care about rejection. I'm not even worried about hitting my number. It's all about being obsessed with the process without being overly emotionally attached to the results. And as you think about the process I follow, I have a pipeline generation framework that I would encourage you to adopt if you want to drive more accountability with your performance. Everyone can work harder, everyone can make more calls, but how do you up-level your skills, your efficiency, and what numbers should you actually be tracking? So I'll put a screenshot of my pipeline generation framework up on the screen. It's a point system. It's gamifying the right activities to be successful. You have opportunities accepted, that's 1 point. You have prospects added to your sequence per 7 prospects, that's 1 point. You have live conversations on cold calls, that's 1 point. You have custom emails sent, that's 1 point. And then you have opportunities converted, that's 1 point as well. I think that's the last one. I learned this from Kyle Acey. Some of you guys may be following him on LinkedIn. I posted a recent YouTube video interviewing him with him on it, the software sales fundamentals, so make sure to check that out. The goal of this pipeline framework is to get 7 points per day. So if I have 2 live conversations, that's 2 points. If I convert 2 opportunities, that's 2 points. If I send 21 net new cold emails per 7 email, that's 1 point. So that would be 3 total points. The goal is to get 7 points each and every day. And you can start to track and ask yourself objectively, did I win the day? Did I hit 7 points? Yes, that's winning the day. Did I not? No. Why did I not? And then you can start to take this even a level deeper. And this is what I'm starting to do. You can see in the far right column, I'm tracking what is my next quota. What is my next quarterly quota coverage? So if my quota is $216,000, what is my pipeline coverage? I need at least 4x pipeline. So if you do 216,000 times 4x, it's like 860 something. So if I take 860 minus my total pipeline in Q1, that gives me my total coverage. I need at least 4x. And I'm also tracking my answer rate. So I take my total calls per day and I divide that by the number of live conversations I'm having and then my set rate. So of those live conversations I'm having, how many meetings do I actually set? And I'm looking at my set rate. And then you can even take it a step further and start tracking how many meetings do you have scheduled for the week, in the month upcoming. Does the prospect accepted the meeting invite? Have they not accepted the meeting invite? And then when those meetings happen, did they convert to a qualified opportunity? Yes, no. What was the reason it did? What was the reason it didn't? What was the learning from it? Everyone always thinks to themselves, okay, why me? Why is it easier for other people? I want to have success. I want to make more money so that I can live my dream life, but I'm just not performing to the standard I either have for myself, or I'm just not performing to the number my company gives me. So what I would encourage you to do is first think about what is your target? Is your target just hitting your quota, or are you setting your target in excess of your quota to maximize and try and strive to reach your potential? So if they tell you make 80 calls a day, why not make 100 calls a day? If they tell you to add 20 prospects to your sequence a day, why not add 30 prospects to your sequence a day? And if you're doing that religiously, are you tracking you actually doing it? Because there's a difference between you thinking you're doing it and then you not doing it. So step one, you got to set a target. What do you actually want to achieve? Do you want to promote to enterprise like me? Do you want to promote from a sales development rep to an account executive? So write down your target. I have promoted to XYZ. Okay, how do you get there? You have to close this much in revenue. You have to generate this much pipeline. You have to set this many meetings. Okay, so that's the how. Now put together a plan to actually execute against that and say, okay, I need to get 7 points a day. I need to prospect this many people. I need this much in pipeline. So step number 2 is you got to know your numbers. Once you have the target, you reverse engineer and say, okay, do I know my numbers? What do I actually have to do to hit this plan? And then step number 3 is just holding yourself accountable and actually executing against it. Everyone thinks that for some reason their account book's not good enough, or it's easier for other people, or they're just getting some bad bounces, when in reality, they're not taking extreme ownership of setting a clear target, of actually knowing your numbers. What do you actually have to do to go do it? And then 3, holding yourself accountable and looking at the numbers and saying, well, if I don't have this certain metric where it needs to be, I'm not efficient enough yet. I'm not at that place ever. I'm not there yet. Because then you can deploy this learner's mentality and say, who in my office has a higher set rate? Who in my office really does this well? Can I go read a book on this? Can I go listen to one of Trent's videos on this? How can I go seek out that specialized information so that I can do that thing better and ultimately hit my targets? I'm in the office right now, guys. It's 6:08 p.m. This is the first video ever recorded on my phone. This is video number 800 on the channel. So just note that when it comes to YouTube growth, when it comes to success in sales growth, when it comes to improving your body, even relationships, these things don't happen overnight. So you got to set these clear plans and then ask yourself, what do I actually have to do day to day to execute to do it? And then how do I actually hold myself accountable for a long enough period of time to see it through? That's worked for me. That's helped me promote from a sales development rep to a senior account executive. If you're interested in using this pipeline framework and you're interested in my cold calling script, you can click the first link in the description below. I built out a Google Doc and I'm offering it to anyone that wants to use it. And I found it to be really helpful just as a way of tracking my progress. And it's something I'm going to continue doing. If you got value in today's video, subscribe to the channel now. I really want to get this channel to 25,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. We absolutely can do it, and I can't do it without your help. So I hope you found this video useful. Have a great rest of your day. I hope the audio came out okay. And I know the face is looking fine, so we'll talk to you guys soon.